Good morning. This is Dr. Michael Datcher, and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early, early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about peace. My goodness, peace and productivity, and we have a really exciting show for you today. If you're new to the show, please become a subscriber now. You can just push the subscriber button here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, or you can also simply go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. You can also, of course, we also offer live one-on-one productive through joy consulting as well. Please, again, share this on your social media platforms. So let's dive in. Today we're talking about peace and productivity. If you're new to the show, let me say a few words about yourself and myself. This is your host again and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people. I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed novel Americas, which will be out next month. Oh my goodness, April. Look for that in bookstores everywhere, and also I'll be probably coming to a town near you the next week or so. We'll be releasing the full schedule, so be looking for us in a town near you. Also, my educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature is from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English literature at Loyola Marymount University here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert in being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption um, um, as a to a single divorcee. So at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kumo D famously said, "How you like me now?" Right? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show this morning. In fact, that's what in many ways inspires our show. We know what it's like to come through, to come out of difficulty and hardship, um, because when people like us can come through that type of difficulty, it can be inspirational to other people um, who also are coming from that type of difficulty. They could think, well, if that person can do it, maybe so can I. In fact, the answer is yes, you can. Yes, you will. So we help people get to that yes, you will stage. Um, yes. Oh, so I was giving you a brief, I think, bio. Oh, talking about those who, what inspires our business, what inspires our show. We believe in doing good. I know at times folks who are do-gooders somehow get a bad name. Only in a world ran by people who don't do good can can being a do-gooder somehow be wrong. It's crazy, but we completely know that's just propaganda. We know that doing good is important and natural because we're all related, basically in the same, and we share DNA. We are part of the human family, and we know that as we help each other, we are just really helping ourselves. So we believe in doing good in many manifestations or expressions or articulations of the good. So again, today we're talking about peace and productivity, which we'll dive into in just a matter of moments. In the morning show, we like to also tap into of um, the idea of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. As we know from 10th grade science, there's a scientific imperative behind the feeling of joy. And at times, our joy is robbed, or we rob ourselves of our own joy by waking up early in the morning and thinking about problems. They jump on us as soon as we become conscious of being awake, and that process can continue throughout our day. And for many of us, that's That's day in and day out. We're stressed the hell out because when you're thinking about problems, when they're dominating your day. Now, as an aside, we're not saying don't be responsible or don't take care of business or that these problems aren't real. In contradistinction, we're saying we know they are real, um, and the way to deal with them is to recognize that the good in peace is also real. And it's you choosing where to have your default setting, right? If your default setting is in peace, for example, and not the problems that you have, um, you are actually able to handle those problems in a much more efficacious way, for sure. So, and we'll get into that a bit later in the show. I'm a bit um, fighting off this cold that's coming around. So if I sound like I'm fighting off a cold, I am. So please let me just recognize that and let you know that I'm aware that I'm congested. And so, um, yeah, and so we are looking to uh, circumnavigate that particular problem of waking up with a trouble on our mind and having that trouble define the rest of our day. Because oftentimes when you start your day in trouble, the momentum of it follows you throughout your day. It just does. So we help people, especially entrepreneurs and those who are living outside maybe a normal paradigm, and however that non-normal paradigm may manifest for them, because people who are outside the box deal with different types of stressors. It's good to be outside the box, we find, um, but there's also the pragmatic reality of when you are outside the box, you encounter many different types of things outside that box. And so you have to, we encourage people to think about a creative way to have peace outside the box. So we do this in the context of ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. It's best shown by example. Let me give you a brief example of my morning ritual. So in the mornings I wake up at 3:30, hella early AF. I read a few, really typically a couple spiritual and/or business books until 4:45 when I do our show at 4:45 a.m. right now until 5. At 5, I work on my current book until sunrise. And at sunrise, I go to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I just walk out to the beach. I bring my drum, I pray, I meditate. It's very, very powerful early in the morning. Here at the beach, I come back to the crib here, work on my current book for a while longer, and then go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's Pier, all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, Gold's Gym. So by 9:30 or so, guys, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins. As we know from 10th grade science, when the body's feeling joyful, um, what's actually happening is that the body is flooding itself with endorphins, and those endorphins give us a sense of euphoria that we can then leverage to move ourselves towards our goals and objectives. Um, and so we're not saying, again, do what I do. My goals and objectives involve, of course, real estate, publishing, public speaking, and consulting. We're not saying do what I do. We're saying do what you do. So we help people to create a morning ritual that they may most effectively do what they do, pursue their dreams. Right? So I'm reading 3 books in the morning. Usually I read 2. And as I read each book, I cycle through them and bring in a new book to join the morning reading. So reading a book called called the Nag Hammadi Reader or Library. There's various versions. It's a book of kind of ancient scriptures, which is really, really powerful. Wow. I'm reading a book called Cash in a Flash, which is kind of a book which combines basically spirituality with entrepreneurial impulses. And I'm reading this book, which is called Own the Moment. Own the Moment, which is a book, it's a spiritual book that deals with being assertive and kind of being spirit-led and kind of going forward in life. That's a brief breakdown. So from those 3 books, although I usually read 2 in the morning, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. And today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, this guy, I am peace and confidence because I know the universe is constantly working for my good. So I contemplate that idea throughout my day. I place it on my phone as I go through my day. I'll pop it out, look at it, think about it, and I also create the morning show based upon that reading. So today we're talking about peace and productivity. What is the tie between peace itself and productivity? All right, so let's dive into the topic. So, point one is that you want to know that peace is an option for many people, and I can speak with surety because I've been in that space. For many people, being stressed or ill at ease or having unease is how they've lived their life for a very long time. I recall when I was smiling a second ago because I recall when I first began to when I just finished grad school. I just finished my master's, I think, um, and I was starting to freelance full time. Um, and so yeah, I was just writing for magazines and newspapers, so I was always on deadline. I recall I used to wake up with my fist balled because I was under so much pressure and stress all the time because I was on these deadlines. And it was great being able to write full time. I loved it actually, but practically, I mean, it was very stressful. And then I didn't really have the technologies I have now to deal with my stress. So I recall I would wake up almost every morning with just stressed. I mean, it was intense. My fist balled like. So I know what it's like to live that. That is not sustainable, right? So, point one is you want to know that actually peace is a possibility. Point two is that you can work on getting peace by engaging in ritual, which we just talked about. You can create, and we can help you, of course, with this. Create a morning ritual to go through your day, to begin your day, and then to draw from that ritual throughout your day, so that literally you are able to draw from your own well of peace that you help to create, which goes into point three. As you do that every single day in a ritualized manner, that becomes your lifestyle. You have a lifestyle of peace. And when you have a lifestyle of peace, you just emanate light and joy. Even though my life is very complicated, especially now, lots of balls in the air, lots of juggling right now, lots of responsibilities. Listen, life is good. Even in the midst struggle or challenge or difficulty or great responsibility, I mean, it's work, but generally, I'm like, this is me. This is what you're saying now is not some act. This is me off camera too. So, and this could also be you guys. I know what it's like to be stressed. What it's like to have that define your life, even when you're making good money, even when life is you have all the resources, all the accoutrement of success. For a lot of people who we work with, we know what it's like. Their lives are not really happy, not really joyful. We're here to say your life can be joyful and hella productive to go to the Bay Area on it. Boom, goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. Right now, I go into 5 a.m. and then here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, at 4:45 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Facebook Live. Um, Please become a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button right now. Here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Definitely go to Facebook Live, and follow us there. Become a friend. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. I think today's the first day of spring, or was that yesterday? It's spring. That we do know. Thanks for being here. We'll see you at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.